Oh. Ah, so many of them died. Cursed it. Ayudi's clear carelessness. To think their is such a strong. You wretch, you are still elm? The giant Ahiudi, after howed himself in Thempire 20 because of you, half of the empire became a cemetery. But that's good. Since your friends who died before you will friends. Yeah, the other two who came with you. One became a fried giant because of a hot-tempered red Drago and the other one was sealed. The children of the star share their senses with one another. With them, chill. It means that strong people like you of no longer exist here. In the end, your world, will soon be engulfed by starlight and disappear. If you were still alive. Ronan's eyes widen as realization hits him. Adeshan's sacrifice is real. He's not just a man who's lost his commander. He's the last hope of the Empire. Ronan's face contorts in a mix of grief and anger. He knows what's at stake. The fate of the world hangs in the balance. Ronan's voice rises, fueled by determination. So you were still alive, Grand Commander. He has no idea what's waiting.
Ronan's eyes widen in shock as he stumbles upon the truth. Adeshan's sacrifice is real, and he's the last hope of the Empire. His destiny sealed in blood and fire. Ronan's world crumbles beneath his feet as the weight of Adeshan's sacrifice crushes him. His heart heavy with grief and anger. His spirit torn between vengeance and despair. As Ronan's gaze meets the lifeless body of Adeshan, the silence is shattered by an ominous sound, the sound of Ahiudi's army closing in. Their footsteps a deadly countdown to Ronan's fate.
If this recap helped you, subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Simple as that. So you were still alive. Grand Commander, Adeshan. More importantly, is Ahiudi dead? His body isn't too far from here. He's dead. Thank you, Corporal Ronan. Ah, if you're that grateful, would W01N3 ISI no request? The clean up of the disciplinary soldiers. Usually, as per T, I'm not sure. You're more live than me, so won't it be gosh. How cold Commander. Cough. 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 Ugh. See. What? I could die any second. I was fooling around most days, so I couldn't do much, so if you survive, is there something you want to do? What would it be like to go to the academy?
He can't let his emotions get the best of him if he wants to make a difference. Ronan takes a deep breath and pushes aside his grief. Ronan trudges through the mud, his feet heavy with each step. He's lost in thought, replaying the events that led to Adeshan's death. Ronan's eyes flicker towards the forest, and he spots a group of fellow soldiers searching for survivors.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
Ronan stumbles upon the battlefield, his eyes widening in terror as 3 more giants emerge from the sky. What's happening? These guys are supposed to be the worst of it. Ronan's mind reels as he fights to keep his footing.
And that's not even the worst part. Adeshan's words echo in his mind. Her last transmission a plea for him to protect the people who matter most. What? What did you put in my mouth? What? Wait, what are you? Corporal Ronan. If we meet again, can you tell me to not do anything stupid? I've done a lot of things.
Ronan's world is turned upside down as Adeshan's words shatter his reality, leaving him stunned and disbelieving, his grip on his sword slipping from his suddenly shaking hand. Ronan's desperation deepens as he realizes he's lost a crucial piece of himself, his memories fragmented and unreliable, leaving him questioning his very identity and purpose in this twisted game. As Ronan teeters on the edge of a breakdown, Adeshan's enigmatic promise hangs in the balance, leaving the fate of Ronan's past, present, and future precariously uncertain, the outcome hanging in the balance.
Show everyone you know your stuff. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and stay ahead of the curve. What? What did you put in my mouth? What you just swallowed was an orb that show I Howasensa Taylor, waysable to Klimtoth position Ofgren C. WIOS handing it over to you. The power to slay the giants. It's why you need to sharpen your ability. I'm glad you also have a Thedasire too and Corporal Ronin. If we meet again, can you tell me to not do anything stupid and just become a tailor? Gone, but nothing quite like that. What? Those punks. What the hell are they doing hanging a child upside down? Ha! Ta think those Gishaven changed in the past either.
Hey, you wretch. See, riously. First, where did you learn Telekines he's this good with such a cheap grimoire? Oh, this is amazing. I'll know after seeing a little more, but with this, when I'm caught up with the giants. Shichihum? This sound, a sword. You daro, it seems like you're acting up since a purposefully L, but to date'll correct. Those manners dash. Oh? This is a real longsword. WHE, of course. With me, it won't. He easily dodged that. Ronin's combat instincts are put to the ultimate test as he faces off against a mysterious opponent wielding an unsettlingly long sword in a desperate bid to protect his friends. The stakes have never been higher as Ronin's training and experience are pushed to the limit, forcing him to confront the darkest corners of his own self-doubt and vulnerability in the heat of battle. With his muscles tensed and his sword at the ready, Ronin charges forward into the unknown, but the outcome hangs precariously in the balance, leaving the very fate of his companions hanging by a thread.
Don't settle for mediocre robotic recaps. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari for cinematic storytelling.
Oh yeah, how is this possible? He cut off his ear. With a stick? Ping 0000, hey you shitheads. Enjoying the show? Get out of here together with this wretch if you don't want to end up and leave behind the money you stole, of course, as well as the cost FO. Here, this is yours. Halzedish this SI, you're really giving this all G3W this is a lot more than what they don't worry about him getting back at you or anything. They want Havatha, it's fine. Just go homie Huh? Yinjing, I really... Sorda? Sorry. I knew I shouldn't have done something like that.
Well, she's not so bad. Hey, you remember what I said earlier about behaving business with you? WH, what do you mean? I'm busy right now, so let's meet NH when the moo.
Oh my. I never thought I'd live to see the day when.
Ronin's hands are shaking now. He's trying to remember, but his mind is a blank. His sister looks concerned, and for a moment, they just stare at each other. Ronin's trying to hold it together, but his grip on reality is slipping.
Does your head hurt? Do you have a fever?
Ronin's trying to speak, but the words won't come. His sister's words echo in his mind, 10 years left until those giants come. Ronin's voice is barely above a whisper. His eyes are locked onto his sister, and for a moment, they just stare at each other. Ronin's trying to hold onto this moment, but he knows it's fleeting.
She's still bright.
Ronin's hands tremble as he finally gathers the courage to open the mysterious box, revealing a shocking gift that could change the course of his life forever. Ronin's heart is torn between the longing for a second chance and the weight of his responsibilities, his emotions now hanging in the balance as he grapples with a treacherous choice. As Ronin's eyes lock onto the box, a mix of uncertainty and trepidation etches on his face, and he's left staring at the unknown, the weight of his decision hanging precariously in the air.
Real fans stick around. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and let's finish this story together. Imperial School Phil Leon Academy. NNSN Thempire's best leady with the continent's most outstanding professors, combined with prestigious enough Toby Kalida factory of heroes. This place's thegwas from Phil Ronin's determination is clear in his stride. He's not going to let anyone or anything stand in his way. Acel, a student, watches him approach, her eyes narrowing suspiciously. She doesn't like the look of this newcomer. Acel crosses her arms, a challenge clear in her stance. Ronin takes a deep breath and approaches her, his eyes locked on the entrance. I'm here for the entrance exam, he says, his voice firm. You think you can just walk in here? Ronin's confidence is starting to falter, but he refuses to back down. And that's when things start to get really interesting. Ronan's eyes never leave Asel's as he struggles to maintain the telekinetic hold. Asel's body is still in the air, but she's not the only one affected. The around them begins to distort, as if the very fabric of reality is bending to Ronan's will.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked. Ronan's power is surging, but he knows he's not in control. Asel's smile is a warning, one he's not sure he can ignore.
Don't get too confident, Ronan. This is just the beginning.
Ronan readies himself, hands weaving through complex acrobatic movements. Asel watches with a hint of surprise and a touch of warning. You become a crybaby and cry from anything, and you're a low, but that's fine. Because you can change that from no mon, but the time that passes now can't be changed. And one day, Wilo, you'll regret it. Like how I did in my past life. What do you think? Did you change a no Aro Ronan? Oh my gosh. Ronan was worried about someone like me this much? I won't force why well. I'm busy so.
Ronan's world is shattered as he faces off against Asel, a sly and cunning opponent who pushes him to his limits, forcing him to confront the darkest corners of his own soul. The emotional stakes are at an all-time high, as Ronan's raw determination is tested by the weight of Asel's expectations, leaving him vulnerable to the devastating consequences of failure. As Ronan takes his first step into the arena, Asel's enigmatic grin lingers, hinting at a far greater challenge lurking in the shadows, and Ronan's heart pounds with anticipation as he readies himself for the battle ahead.
Every subscribe genuinely helps this channel grow. Thank you, and welcome to Manwa with Hari. Lunagoblin. A type of goblin that commonly appears in this are most people differentiate them from normal goblins by their yell they got crazy over gold and other treasures. They like to ambush merchants to steal TR. On a night with a full moon just like today. Sir reason we're here is, yep, we're gonna steal all that treasure today. I've never heard of such a thing. Goblins that gather tree, but how did y'all know that? Well, I have my ways. Anyway, you 3SNO33NISN your telekinesis to move all the super simple, right? Doesn't sound that easy. What if I then it'd be really bad? Teach this is way too dangerous. We should think it over. That was the last bag. All filled up. I told you, Asel. Experience is the best. Yeah, I was actually not too confident. To think she'd get used tea. She's better than I thought. Kong Pipm found a really good minion. HYKYKYO hair alright. Since the bags are all filled now, let's get going. Yeah, there isn't anything else for us to do.
Ronan swings his sword, but it's already too late. The giants are upon him. 15 attacks are all he can withstand. His companion yells his name, warning him of the impending doom.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked. Giant Slayer, level
30 giants, all made of dark rock, close in on Ronan with glowing eyes, their massive footsteps shattering the ground beneath his feet, his fate hanging precariously in the balance. Ronan's world is turned upside down as he suffers a crushing defeat, his sword shattering under the giant's relentless assault, leaving him shattered and his dreams of becoming the Empire's strongest swordsman hanging in tatters. The fate of Ronan's tuition hangs precariously in the air as the companions frantically debate whether to abandon their school fees and flee. Ronan's eyes locked onto the giants, his future as uncertain as the outcome of this apocalyptic battle.
This channel exists because of fans like you. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and keep it going.
Ronan's blade drips with goblin blood, but the giant at the top of the hill just keeps coming. His commander yells the order to fall back, but Ronan doesn't budge. He's the last man standing, and he's not going to let the giants take him down without a fight. The ground shudders as the giant swings its massive fist. Ronan raises his sword, ready to meet it head-on. The outcome is far from certain. What comes next changes everything.
Ronan, get back.
Ronan is already moving forward, his feet pounding the earth as he charges towards the giant. The commander's voice fades into the background. Ronan's gaze is fixed on his target.
Haha, come to think of it, it slipped my mind, so I didn't introduce we're Caliboro. Caliboro? Ah? Maisie, those pieces of garbage? Ronan's jaw clenches as he takes a step forward, his mind racing with possibilities. Who are these people and what do they want with the children? WH Watts. Plus or minus can't move. Nice. Who the hell are Ak? Chungwoo Heek. Ronan, is he dead? Of course. Why would I let a person, and didn't you hear what these guys said? They're Caliboro Ethemepire's most evil poaching group. So you know. Cook. If it wasn't for me, your organs would have been harvested. And that.
Ronan's world crumbles as he's forced to confront a dark chapter from his past. His eyes locked on Adeshin's determined expression, the truth hanging precariously in the air. Ronan's fragile sense of security shatters as he's reminded of the brutal realities he's been trying to escape. His grip on his sanity tenuous at best, his heart heavy with the weight of unspoken horrors. As Ronan stumbles through the aftermath of Adeshin's revelation, the Empire's most notorious poaching group, Caliboro, remains at large, their sinister presence lurking in the shadows, waiting to strike again.
Save hours of reading. Get the full story in minutes. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Ronan's eyes lock onto the blue bird Marpez. It has blue feathers, a rare sight. He's been studying fantastical creatures, hoping to understand the secrets behind their powers. That's when it happens. Marpez speaks, and Ronan's world is turned upside down. His hands won't stop moving. He checks the exit twice.
Stop. You're wrong.
And that's not even the worst part. Varen's eyes widen in surprise. He's been trying to communicate with Marpez for years, and now, in this moment, it's working. But what does it mean? Ronan asks if Varen is Marpez's owner, and Varen confirms. They're at Phil-Eon Academy, researching fantastical beasts. Archer, who's there? Ronan and the artist. What do they want? Ronan wants to know if the artist is trustworthy, and the artist wants to convince Ronan of their integrity. What blocks them? A past experience with scammers. What happens? Ronan's past experience causes him to be wary, but the artist's words seem genuine. What is the cost? Ronan is hesitant to trust the artist, but they seem to be on the level. Archer, all the other merchants are scammers. This is 5, are you gold? Freaking blind, old man? WH what? Calm down, Ronan. You brat. I was getting really pissed off too. But to think I found such a conscientious merchant. Ah, really? You don't know.
You're not from around here, are you?
And that's when he sees the blue bird perched on a nearby boulder. Ronan's eyes follow the bird, and he spots the object it left behind. He picks it up, and his face lights up with excitement. The artist's eyes widen in surprise, and they start to discuss the object's value.
Ronan's eyes widen as he picks up the object, his face lighting up with excitement, as he finally understands the significance of the mysterious blue bird's treasure. Ronan's enthusiasm is tempered by the realization that he's lost the trust of the enigmatic artist, leaving their fragile bond hanging in the balance of the merchantry's secrets. The artist's hesitant whispers take on a sinister tone as Ronan demands an answer, the tension between them crackling like a live wire, electrifying the air with an unpredictable outcome.
High-quality editing, perfect pacing, zero filler. If I delivered, hit subscribe on Manwa with Hari.
And that's not even the worst part. Brian. Ronan's anger boils over. He wants the truth about Count Maria's past behavior. He wants to know what sparked that anger. Ronan's memories are clouded, but he knows one thing. He won't back down. Then you're getting another G3 no, stop, you brat. You're acting up because I let you slap me once. Ronan's eyes narrow as he examines the swords. 3 of them, a mix of sizes, and a black iron sword that catches his attention. He instinctively reaches out to touch it, a spark of curiosity igniting within him. This was my favorite weapon in the past.
Ronan's eyes widen, his mind racing with the implications. He's already thinking about the scholarship, the possibility of being accepted into Philion Academy. What's the type of magic you use? Telekinesis magic.
And that's not even the worst part. Ronan realizes he doesn't even know how to sense his own mana. What if he's too late to start training? What if he's already behind the curve?
Do you know how to sense your mana?
Ronan shakes his head, his face twisted in a mixture of confusion and annoyance. He's not even sure what the old man is talking about.
Forget about sense, you don't even know the difference between mana and aura, and you want to go to Philion.
And that's when Ronan starts to feel a familiar frustration. Every time he tries to understand, he's met with jargon and half-explanations.
Ronan's eyes widen as he's hit with a crushing realization. He has no idea how to tap into his own mana, leaving him at a disastrous disadvantage in the practical exam. Ronan's frustration boils over, his grip on his emotions tenuous as he grapples with the crushing weight of his own ignorance. His sense of confidence shattered. The practical exam looms large, Ronan's future hanging precariously in the balance as he's forced to confront the possibility of failing, of being unable to harness the one thing that could set him apart.
Hit subscribe on Manwa with Hari. You've already spent time here. Make it count.
And that's not even the worst part. What's up with him? I was planning on finishing him in one go. I was going to SH because I thought that this would better than facing humiliati. I'm the one getting pushed back. Is that the skill of S? Impossible. What are you thinking about? Whoa. Ugh. Wow. Something bad would have happened if I hesitated. Me, you're not normal, are you? Same goes for you. Mana aside, you're talented with the sword too. I'm a little. If you fix that, you'll improve a lot. Huh? What? Where? Don't tell me you think you've won because of ISIL whatever you said it. Didn't you? No. When the young girl charges forward, her blades flashing in the sunlight. Ronan's heart skips a beat as he realizes he's not prepared. He's been training for months, but this is different. This is a test of his skills, a challenge to his very being. He knows he can't afford to fail.
You should have trained harder.
Ronan takes a deep breath, his jaw locking into place. He knows he has to push himself to give it his all. He's not going to let this young girl or the testing area get the better of him. He's going to pass no matter what it takes. The young girl's eyes flash with determination, her blades slicing through the air.
Ronan's legs move before his brain catches up. He hastily adjusts his sword and hurries towards the entrance, his heart racing with anticipation. The girl's words still echo in his mind, but he's not going to let her get to him. He's determined to prove himself no matter what. He steps inside, his eyes adjusting to the dim light within. A boy with a sly grin on his face catches his eye, and Ronan's instincts kick in. This could be trouble. Ronan readies himself, his grip on his sword tightening. What comes next changes everything. But Ronan, do you perhaps have that thing? Huh? What do you, the feather of the Dreambird, was saved that time?
Ronan's world is turned upside down as he bursts into Philion Academy, finding himself in a confined testing area with no clear escape, the pressure mounting with every passing second. Ronan's anxiety reaches a boiling point as the lines between reality and test blur. His determination to uncover the truth now fueled by desperation and a fierce desire to prove himself. As Ronan frantically searches for an exit, Aria's innocent question, "Is that the bluey from before?" hangs in the air, leaving Ronan's fate precariously hanging in the balance, the clock ticking down.
Giving you the best Manhwa content is my job. Hitting that subscribe button is yours. Welcome to Manhwa with Hari. Ronan finds himself in a prestigious institution with no idea how he got there. He's standing in a grand hall with polished marble floors and towering ceilings, surrounded by people who seem to know exactly what they're doing. Ronan's eyes scan the room for any sign of his commander, Adeshan. His hands won't stop moving, and he checks the exit twice. A nearby student, Brian, approaches him with a mix of curiosity and concern.
Who are you? Ronan asks, trying to process the situation.
Ronan's eyes widen as he takes in the grandeur of the hall, and his grip on the nearby banister tightens. Brian's voice cuts through the noise. This isn't the top floor. Ronan's eyes widen with surprise as the Werlion hands him the mysterious item. He wants to know what it is, how it will help. The item's power blocks his understanding. Ronan's not sure what to do. Ronan's hands instinctively grip the item, as if to understand its power. The Werelion's words send a shiver down his spine. It's almost time, and we finished what we came here for. Ronan's technique is impressive, but the professors seem unimpressed, and the old man, Krava Kratir, is particularly skeptical. Ronan's goal is to convince the professors that he's worthy of their attention. The obstacle is Krava Kratir's harsh criticism, which is making Ronan feel self-conscious. Ronan decides to focus on his technique and show off his skills once again. As he takes on the dummy, he feels a surge of adrenaline and his movements become more precise. What is the cost of his pride on the line?
This is nothing special, just a fast cut.
Krava Kratir's words sting, but Ronan refuses to back down. His goal is to prove himself as a worthy student.
Ronan's fellow students are staring at him in a mixture of awe and intimidation. His goal is to prove himself as a worthy student, but the obstacle is the pressure to live up to his own expectations. He decides to take on another opponent, determined to showcase his skills. As he engages in a fierce duel, his movements become a whirlwind of steel and fury. What will be the aftermath of his performance? He walks away, and the silhouette waiting in the dark is someone who should be dead. The question is, who is watching Ronan from the shadows, and what do they want with him? Ronan unleashes a fierce sword technique, taking down the obstacle course in midair with a single, breathtaking motion that leaves the professor speechless and his classmates awestruck. With his reputation on the line, Ronan has earned the respect of his peers, but his newfound pride comes at the cost of crushing doubts about his own abilities to live up to the impossible expectations he set for himself. As the Phil-Eon Academy's spotlight shines brighter on Ronan's remarkable skills, the professor's silence speaks volumes about the unspoken challenge they've just issued to him. Can he repeat his performance under even greater pressure, or will he falter?
The community is growing every single day. Join the Manwa with Hari family and subscribe now.
In that instantial V been difficult for you, Townshi? The yes, it was 3 times. Just like what you showed us. That arrogant cut. Your foolish swordsmanship? You purposely slowed down that last cut. Just in case you didn't see how arrogant.
Go, Ronan. Head out safely. Ronan's eyes follow the instructor as she disappears into the crowd. He's left standing alone, his thoughts swirling with questions. What does she mean by head out safely? Is this just a ruse to get him to leave, or is there more to it? Ronan's mind is racing with possibilities, and he knows that he has to be careful.
New skill unlocked. But what comes next changes everything. He's shouting with excitement, but his voice is shaking. We passed. Asel, you ranked first for the theory test. What? Really? He looks up at Asel, and she's smiling. He can't believe it. They're all staring at him, waiting for him to say something.
Stop. You're wrong.
Yo, so it's you. The one who came first in the practical test. Schlieffen, the sword saint, looks at Ronan with a mix of surprise and expectation. He wants Ronan to surpass him, to become the greatest swordsman the Empire has ever seen. Ronan's arrogance blocks his way, making him question whether he's truly ready for this challenge. Schlieffen says,
A warrior's strength is not just in his blade. Ronan scoffs, thinking he's already proven himself.
He charges forward, his sword flashing in the sunlight. Schlieffen counters with a gentle smile, his movements almost too slow to follow. And that's when Ronan realizes the true meaning of slow and steady. His opponent is already preparing for the aftermath.
Ronan's eyes narrow as Schlieffen's expectations ignite a fierce competitiveness within him, his arrogance clashing with the Sword Saint's hopes for a worthy successor in him. As Ronan's name is finally acknowledged, he gains validation and recognition, but at the cost of his humility. leaving him struggling to reconcile his newfound pride with his uncertain heart. The tension reaches a boiling point as Ronan's rivalry with Acel becomes increasingly personal, their unspoken challenge hanging precariously in the balance, poised to shatter the fragile bonds of their fragile friendship.
The comments section doesn't lie. This community is insane. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and see for yourself.
Peace Schlieffen. To think I would see the Empire's rising Ronin. It seems like he wants to talk to you. A&HM sends T. Why are you lying? What do you mean? If I say I don't, then fine. I'll show you. Ronin. It's a fight. Come. If that's what you wish. RLL show you Iyek there, you wretch. Happy now? It makes sense that you received a good score. That's some, but, as expected, it's not an auto beat me. No, you're crazy. Relax. Show me everything that you're high I still can't accept it. Through cook. Ugh, this idiot.
Ronan knows that's not what's happening. He's not using anyone as a shield. He's fighting for his life, and he'll do whatever it takes to win. He looks at his opponent, and for a moment he sees a glimmer of recognition. It's a look he's seen before, a look of admiration and respect. This person knows him, or at least they think they do. Ronan approaches the mana vein, his heart pounding in his chest. He sees the Fernardo Spring, the spot where the mana gathers. He's heard stories about this place, about the miraculous effects of its mana. But he's not here to worship. He's here to harness its power. Ronan's eyes narrow, his jaw clenched in determination. He's not going to back down. Acel, an unknown person, stands before him, her eyes flashing with a mixture of curiosity and competitiveness. The air is thick with tension as Ronan senses the mana in the area. It's unlike anything he's felt before. Acel's words hang in the air, challenging him to a duel. Ronan's hands are already moving, his fingers flexing as he prepares for battle. You think you can take me down? Ronan's gaze flicks towards Schlieffen, the Empire's rising star, who's watching the scene unfold with a mixture of interest and concern. Acel is probing Ronan's limits, testing his abilities.
Ronan's instincts scream in his face as Acel unleashes a flurry of razor-sharp attacks, her blade slicing through the air mere inches from his skin, forcing him to react. Ronan's heart is now racing with a fierce determination, driven by a deep-seated need to prove himself. But Acel's unexpected ferocity has shaken his confidence to its core, his resolve wavering. As Ronan stumbles backward, desperately trying to regain his footing, Acel's attack pauses for a heart-stopping moment, her piercing gaze narrowing as she toys with the idea of delivering the final blow.
No spoilers, no filler, no wasted time, just the story. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari for every chapter. Ronan's arrival ignites a duel on the Day of Reckoning, and nothing will ever be the same. The unwelcome visitor at the campsite of the disciplinary squad sends a ripple of fear through the group. They're not used to strangers, especially not ones who seem to be watching them with an intensity that borders on obsession. Abin's instincts are screaming at him to be cautious, but he can't quite put his finger on why. His hands won't stop moving, and he checks the exit twice, his eyes darting back and forth between the stranger and his comrades.
Stop. You're wrong.
And that's not even the worst part.
I'm the youngest bloodhound from the Dama's branch. Ahyudi, Academy'S Genius Swordmaster, original works in do artist. You're really a bloodhound? I am. Why? You don't believe me? You really want me to belie? I'd believe ya if you said you were from a level affiliatio, assuming that others can't do whatever you can't do. Is that there's nothing This wretch child. How dare you humiliate me? Want me to calm down. Just because he's a child, to doubt him, heck no. San talks about the Caliboro ranking system. Wolf Blue. Told you to guard quietly and be on standby. What SI7T3H3 high going on? Ah, Captain. Demiri branches wool good timing. Captain. This child said, ah, Captain's here too. We're going to get an earful later. DT means that
That's your ending right there. Ronan's instincts scream at him to get out of there, to run as fast as he can. But he doesn't move. He's frozen in place, his eyes fixed on the man who's slowly approaching him. The man reaches out and grabs Ronan's arm, his grip like a vice. Ronan tries to shake him off, but the man holds tight. Ronan's eyes flash with anger, and he raises his hand to strike.
A figure emerges from the darkness, his grip like a vice as he hands Ronan an ominous paper that sets off a chain reaction of shocking revelations. Ronan's world is shattered as the man's transformed hand sparks a maelstrom of questions about his past, his identity, and the very fabric of his reality. His grip on sanity begins to slip. The map etched into the paper appears to be a road to Ronan's darkest memories. And as he follows its twisted path, he's met with the chilling realization that his past is more sinister than he ever imagined, and he's running out of time.
If you click away without subscribing, you might never find Manwa with Hari again. Hit the button.
I told you to prepare yourself. Sorry.
Is that the end? Seems like it, but I don't think much has changed. Here's the egg cracked. It seems like it's going to hatch. Ronan's eyes flash with a mixture of excitement and trepidation as he peeks inside the egg. A small, delicate creature emerges, its eyes shining with an otherworldly light. It's about time I take a look at what it was. Let's see what this valuable thing looks like. Ronan's face breaks out into a wide smile, his eyes shining with wonder. The creature before him begins to grow, its body shifting and morphing into something entirely new.
This.
And that's not even the worst part. Stop. Whack. That's enough, Sita. You're going to kill him. Bua? Sita? That's its name? Yeah, I already had a name in Anyu. What do you think? Do you like it? Buy it. Your th this kid is. Wasn't he the guy back there? Who the hell is Lu? Hey, are you alright, Balrouse? Pardon. Ah, yes. Thanks to you. I'm alive. Thank you, Sojaku. Huh? But, how come you know my name? Caliboro unleashes hell, leaving a trail of death and destruction in his wake. Ronan's eyes locked onto his with a mix of shock and determination. Ronan's grip on reality begins to slip, his mind reeling from the loss of his friends, his emotions torn between grief and anger. As the weight of his new reality settles in, Caliboro's enigmatic words hang in the air, Ronan's eyes burning with a fierce intensity as he presses for answers, the tension between them crackling like a live wire, ready to erupt at any moment.
By this time next week, the internet will be blowing up over this manhwa. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and be ready. Plus asterisk plus yeah, Anisha's nice. Nice, it's a lot better than I thought. I agree. I was really SERP, even spring water turns into gold, was what you said. Gah. But to think Maria's father, Tish, this offered a high price. Thanks to him, we don't need to worry about money, right? But in addition to the job I assigned Balrouse, the map I received from that, I instilled so much fear that
Maria's expression softens, and she nods in understanding. Ronan's heart swells with gratitude for his sister's support. It's about time you benefit from me.
It's about time you benefit from me. Ronan's face flushes with embarrassment as he realizes the true extent of his sister's generosity. Ah. Brother. When did you grow up this much?
Ronan has just received Grancia's proof of identification, and with it, he can buy into villages. He's on a mission to become the strongest swordsman the Empire has ever seen. Ronan looks around, unsure of what to do next. He spots a swordsmith, known for its year history, and decides to take a chance. It's known to be a place that carries a history of 500 years, so it's difficult for commoners to enter the workshop. But with that, you can go inside. The next day, Ronan attends the Phil Eon Academy entrance ceremony, surrounded by his fellow students. He's about to start his journey, but he's also aware of the giant threat looming over the Empire. Ronan receives a legendary sword from his former commander, triggering the Bloodhound's emergence that shatters the sky. Ronan feels the weight of his brother's legacy and the promise of becoming the Empire's strongest swordsman, but fear claws as the Bloodhound's gaze threatens his life and his new beginning. The Bloodhound fixes its murderous stare on Ronan, its growl echoing across the academy grounds, leaving the future of his training, his brother's safety, and the Empire's fate hanging in peril.
You're not just watching a recap, you're joining a movement. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari.
Stop. You're wrong. Brian, these duels are more than just fights. They're a chance for freshmen to learn from seniors and prove themselves. You can choose your opponent or decline, but don't think it's a free pass. The seniors are watching, and every move you make will be scrutinized.
The significance of this event. What comes next changes everything. Ronan's actions will set the tone for his entire journey at Phil-Eon Academy. Nebiro's words seem to have empowered Ronan. He's more determined than ever. His suggestion is met with a mix of reactions from his fellow students. Some of them are skeptical, while others seem to be intrigued. Ronan's enthusiasm is contagious, and soon the entire group is engaged in a heated discussion.
On OS, matter who wins, it will hold a deep meaning to many. Ronan's words resonate with Nebiro's, and she nods in agreement.
The freshmen are about to face off against the seniors in the most anticipated match of the year. And that's not even the worst part. Instructor Nebiro's? OGYE. KF Tvelernt a lot seniors.
Ronan unleashes a ferocious onslaught against Nasto, but the seniors' unyielding defenses stand firm, refusing to yield to the freshman's relentless assault. Nasto's unyielding expression shatters Ronan's confidence, forcing him to confront the harsh reality that he may not be as skilled as he thought, leaving him feeling lost and vulnerable. Instructor Nebiro's cryptic comment hangs ominously in the air, casting a dark shadow over the sparring match and hinting at a sinister plot that threatens the entire academy.
You watched the whole thing. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. That's all I ask.
Ronan's brother stands frozen, witnessing the absolute destruction of his family's honor. The Phil-Eon Academy's Swordmaster takes down every opponent with ease. Ronan's brother looks at his own hands, now useless against the Swordmaster's unyielding attacks. The Swordmaster's strength is unimaginable. Ronan's brother takes a step back, but the Swordmaster follows. What happens next will change everything.
Stop. You're wrong.
Ronan steps forward, standing between the Swordmaster and his brother. Ronan's eyes lock onto the Swordmaster's, and for a moment, the world stops moving. Ronan's brother looks at Ronan in desperation, hoping for a miracle. The Swordmaster's gaze never wavers, though, and Ronan's brother takes that as a sign to run.
Why are you here? What do you want this time? Nothing. I just wanted to? Something important? Yeah. Where does Iroh live? Is it far from here? 3 soul who bear their claws need to be taught a lesson. I'm sure you know what I mean. I don't. What did you want to see me for? Elizabeth Akalushia steps in. She's got some authority here. Ronan's impressed. She's powerful. Overwhelmingly so.
I was very impressed by your talent.
This is Akalushia's Noilian. It's not something you can learn overnight. Ronan's gonna have to put in some serious effort to keep up. But what does Akalushia want from Ronan? Really?
Ronan unleashes a fierce battle cry as he faces off against the bully, his determination to protect his brother fueling a dramatic showdown with the enemy's menacing snarl. With Ronan's unwavering resolve now firmly in place, he gains a newfound sense of purpose, but at the cost of his previous carefree demeanor, replaced by a fierce intensity that may be difficult to shake. As Elizabeth's powerful authority is revealed, the wolf's true intentions remain shrouded in mystery, leaving Ronan and his allies at a precarious disadvantage heading into the next confrontation.
Show everyone you know your stuff. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and stay ahead of the curve. The Akalushas, unlike most noble swo prioritize bloodline, they theophran opportunitito thosho display potential. Tobcom. Avo this, an invitation to the Akalushas. So this is an invitation, and if I just have this, even if of course you have to pass a test given by the Patriarch. Be so keep that in mind, Corporal Ronan. Ansio Makup Foriorsi. If you already know about it, I guess I OL on no explain. ID even if you're reborn a beast, if you mingle among sheep for two. Say she's gone. Fiwu. Geniuses are always doing whatever well. It's good that I have a method of contact now. The Akalushas.
A stern voice interrupts Ronan's rant, reminding him that these are the Academy's rules. He needs to study hard and earn his place among the top students.
Don't take it out on me. You'll have to learn to live with it.
Ronan's determination is tested as he realizes that he'll have to adapt to this new environment if he wants to achieve his goal. But the Academy has a surprise in store for Ronan. He's about to find out which dormitory the top % of the students are assigned to, and the top % of the students, including Ronan, are assigned to. Ronan finds himself in a class he shouldn't be in. Empire's swordsmanship? Monster hunting? He's done all that already. U3 Noi was all it took for him to copy a technique.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
But what's going on here? Ronan's starting to feel a little uneasy. Something's not right. What does it cost him to stay in this class? Ronan faces his instructor, Nabiros. He's processing why he's still here. This isn't what I imagined at all. Ronan's eyes widen in shock as Nabiros reveals a shattering truth, threatening to upend everything he thought he knew about his past, his training, and his very identity. Ronan's confidence, fueled by years of success, begins to unravel as the weight of Nabiros' words crushes his sense of self, leaving him reeling and questioning his entire existence. The cliffhanger hangs precariously in the balance as Nabiros' ominous smile lingers, the truth about Ronan's past still unspoken, and Ronan's next move hang by a thread, poised to unleash a maelstrom of consequences.
If this recap helped you, subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Simple as that.
A weapon. A piece of steel that's sturdy and sharp which is said to fight against. Is what I thought. Until I saw this. How ridiculous. I'm certain she used that sword that's in her hands. When used it, and if you're using mana, then it's essential that you find all. Don't know how to LSE mana yet. So in order to properly use that power, you need to have a W. Looks like you've got a lot on your mind. Attend my class, Ronan. Ken.
Why did you come here? Hurry up and re-HWM? Why would we come here? Schlieffen recommended this place to us. He said that the weapons here the symbol of the Grancia family. So what? Just because you show me that, are you a Grancia? Ronan's confusion deepens as the girl introduces herself and her role at the forge. He's been dropped into a new world, and this girl is the only one making sense. What does she want? She wants to guide him through the forge. What blocks her? Ronan's lack of understanding and his own growing unease. What happens? She leads him through the entrance to the workplace, and Ronan's eyes widen in surprise. What is the cost? Ronan's grip on reality starts to slip.
Anyways, I'm Didikin. I'm an apprentice at this forge, and sometimes I'm the gatekeeper too.
The answer is already too late. What comes next changes everything.
The girl's enigmatic words slice through Ronan's frustration, unveiling a glimpse of the mysterious world he's been thrust into, where ancient magic and legendary craftsmanship collide. Ronan's emotions are put on the line as he confronts the truth behind the girl's abilities, forcing him to question everything he thought he knew about himself and his place in this unforgiving world. A stunning revelation hangs precariously in the balance, as Ronan is introduced to the Grand Carpadoki, leaving him reeling with anticipation and dread for the master craftsman who will forge the ultimate sword.
You got the recap, now I need the sub. Let's make a deal. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari.
Academy'S Genius Swordmaster original works Yandu artist Shichiba. To think there was such a huge forge underneath the capital. Sile was completely unimaginable. Indeed, this forge only supplies TH. However, the one whom you can call the best out of all of them is the elder dwarf who lives here. Of course, Hisamisterhos Smeltrin, the old man, is quite stubborn, but his skills are unrivaled. So, respect him. What are you doing, elder? I've brought guests, entering while causing a ruckus. It's Didikin. Huh? Told you to be, what can I do? There were weapons in front of the door, so I could. So clean up, Elder Doron. For a young guy, you nag a lot.
Waya's movement is fluid, but the elder's not sold yet. The elder says, that movement is, don't tell me? What? Why freezes, his sword still in midair. The elder's reaction is priceless, and Why is about to learn the truth. Ronan swings his sword, and the elder dwarf nods, a small smile on his face. The elder's got a twinkle in his eye, and Why is about to find out if he's good enough. Waya's movement is fluid, but the elder's not sold yet. The elder says, that movement is...
The elder waves at Ronan and two other young guys, Didikin and Doron. Ronan's friends are there, and the elder tells them to meet the other masters. Ronan's not sure what to make of this. Is the elder sending them off for training? Didikin seems hesitant, but Ronan's not going to leave him behind. The elder adds a caveat, saying they can't stay long and need to return soon. Didikin looks disappointed, but Ronan reassures him they'll be back. And the elder's words are already making Ronan realize that their journey is far from over.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
Ronan's got a lot to learn before they can face what's coming. Waya's movement is frozen in midair, his sword trembling as the elder's words cut through the air, leaving him stunned and uncertain about his true potential as a swordmaster. Ronan's world is shattered by the revelation of a mithril hammer's existence. His desire for it ignited, as he's consumed by a newfound sense of purpose and obsession, now forever changed. As Ronan disappears into the unknown, the elder's ominous warning echoes in his mind. The giants are coming, and he's now a key player in a world on the brink of chaos and destruction.
The comment section doesn't lie. This community is insane. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and see for yourself. A few days later, the blacksmith, who was said to Bethabastinth Empire, told, "Since it's not my money, put it all on this. Ars 2, Fari, what should I do with my time until then? Estelle and Maria, it was here, right? I'm pretty sure Instructor Nebiros glasses are here too. Eog, it's been a long time, Ronan. I definitely told you to come to class right away, Densuji. Were you skipping class? Skipping class? No, there's a proper reason for this. Why, forget it, just follow, I'll listen to your excuses on the way. I got it? So Lutiti hurts. Ronan's eyes flash with a hint of defiance, but he keeps his mouth shut. He's aware that he's in a new environment, and he needs to tread carefully. The seniors seem to be sizing him up, wondering if he's worth getting to know.
You've got minutes to get settled before the class begins.
And that's not even the worst part. What if Ronan doesn't fit in? What if the seniors give him a hard time? The second-year martial arts major is standing in front of his class, explaining the importance of proper posture to his fellow students. His hands are moving rapidly as he emphasizes each point. He's clearly passionate about this topic.
If you're okay with it, wanna W Hlim T3 no. Pardon? A sudden duel? Who are you? Was this too out of the blue? Sorry, I'm third year Cardanon. I've heard about how amazing you were if the rumors are true. H would like to learn from you. Can we do it right? Look at me. I'm asking for a duel, but I didn't. Hey, loser. Bring my practice spear. Okay, Cardan. I'll get it quickly. What? Loser? Who does this, wretch?
Ronan's eyes slash through the air, his voice a deadly whisper as he summons a duel, fueled by rage and a burning need for dominance over the cocky Cardan. Adeshin's expression is etched with a mix of concern and sadness as she witnesses Ronan's brutal words, a testament to the weight of her past as a victim of Ronan's abuse, and the emotional scars that still linger. As Ronan's hands twitch with anticipation, the air is thick with tension, Cardan's fate hanging precariously in the balance as Ronan's duel request leaves the entire scene on the cusp of chaos and destruction.
The next chapter drops soon. Don't be the last one to find out. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. The city gates are rubble. Ronan doesn't wait for orders. His target is the twins who didn't warn him about the ambush, the people he thought were his friends. Every soldier in the courtyard reads the situation. They step aside. Not loyalty, survival. Ronan reaches the center of the square and stops. He doesn't draw his weapon yet. He doesn't need to. The twins' eyes are already on the ground.
Stop. You're wrong.
Ronan closes the gap in 2 steps. The twins look up, and their eyes flash with anger. Ronan sees it. He knows what's coming. If you don't want to get fucked up. what's that? Stop. Stop. Ronan. I want to ask you to take responsibility for the fight. You just drop your sword and walk away. It's all my body.
Ronan takes a step forward, his eyes never leaving Nebiro's face. What does he want right now? He wants to know why she's pushing him so hard. Ronan's voice rises, a low rumble that shakes the air. What blocks him? Nebiro's cold, calculating gaze. Ronan's words falter, caught in the grip of her icy stare. What happens next? Nebiro's face is a mask of stone, but Ronan sees the faintest glimmer of a smile in her eyes. The air is electric with tension. What is the cost? Ronan's pride is at stake, and he's not sure how much more he can take.
My Tsukai's Heisi don't forgive me.
Ronan's anger surges, his sword flashing in the sunlight as he unleashes a fierce retort, the air shattering with each word, his determination to push his limits unyielding. Ronan's frustration boils over, his emotions raw, his heart heavy with the weight of a truth he's yet to grasp, his relationships with his peers and instructors hanging precariously in the balance. The courtyard hangs in suspense, Nebiro's face a mask of calm, Ronan's rage burning brighter, the air thick with tension as he demands answers, his future hanging precariously on the edge of a truth he's yet to uncover.
It takes a real Manhwa veteran to appreciate this level of detail. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Grand Commander? More importantly, is this the infirmary? Yeah, it is. The instructor. Fabrivadufers from today onwards puring supplementary class back there. Did you get angry for my sake? Including Cardan, don't hate the others too much. Since it's not like I don't understand their feelings. Howe3 what? Wait, is that something you should be saying right now? You did nothing since we're on that topic. Why the hell are you the assistant for that? Let's say you went Tiziantes and that they... if you're talking about that, no, do misunderstand. The reason I asked her to. I'm currently being held back for a year, and I've just started to con impossible.
Ronan's instructor is a master of her craft, and she knows Ronan's potential. She's not sure if he's ready, but she's willing to teach him. Ronan's power overflows, and the ground cracks beneath their feet. Everyone is thrown back. His dream is within reach, but he knows he has a lot of work to do. Perhaps is the reason why you're going this far.
Ronan's mind racing. He frantically searches for a solution, but the instructor's words make him hesitate. He's not sure if he can trust her, and his frustration boils over.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
Ronan's eyes narrow as he tries to understand the instructor's motives. He's not sure if he can count on her help, and the giant's presence makes every second count. He's about to lash out, but something stops him. The instructor's gaze locks onto his, and Ronan feels a jolt of electricity run through his body. What's going on? What does she see that I don't? And that's not even the worst part.
Ronan's eyes widen as a colossal rock giant descends from the heavens, looming over the landscape, and the students cower in terror as Ronan frantically searches for a plan. Ronan's trust in the instructor teeters on the edge of collapse as his frustration boils over, threatening to consume him whole, leaving him vulnerable to the treacherous circumstances unfolding. The instructor's cryptic words hang in the air like a challenge, Ronan's mind racing with the implications, as the rock giant's massive fist hurtles towards them, threatening to crush everything in its path.
Picture your feed filled with only the best, high-quality recaps. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and make it happen. You guys are done for. You lumps off rock. Gror gror. Gror? Whoa! That kid is Doron's guest who visited previously? HDNS Misters. Can you please quickly explain to me? What the hell is going on? Really? Dozens of rock giants suddenly appeared in groups? They suddenly appeared somewhere underground, started destroy. It grabbed several blacksmiths, including Doron, and returned Didikan ditches after them. But he isn't good at fighting. Okay, I got it. There aren't any more left here, right? You a cell. Yeah, you. And that's not even the worst part. The real question is, can Ronan, the young child, and Misters trust Didikan to protect them? Let's see what happens next in this intense battle. Stay tuned for more of Academy's Genius Swordmaster. Didikan Dash. I'm regretting it, and that's not even the worst part. What happens now changes everything.
Ronan's desperation is palpable as he clings to Adeshan, her labored breathing a stark reminder of her life hanging precariously in the balance. Adeshan's fight for survival has left her on the brink of collapse. Ronan's resolve forged in the fire of her unyielding determination to protect him. Doron's enigmatic gaze now lingers on Ronan, a silent question hanging in the air as the child's presence sets off a chain reaction that will change the course of their lives forever.
The story doesn't stop here. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari so you never fall behind. I've never seen such a suspicious mark before. A magic circle, but the reverberation off the mana R is quite crafty. This is that the stakes rise. Every choice from here carries a cost. Something we need to find out.
That's something we need to find out. Ronan takes a step back, trying to piece together the clues. He looks around, hoping to find a lead. But the silence is deafening. The only sound is the distant rumble of the rock giants. The answer is already too late.
I was wandering Ifus right or not. The commander's words are a stark reminder of the consequences of their actions. If they're discovered, the Empire's entire military will be turned on them. The thought sends a shiver down Lon's spine. He's locking in, but his mind keeps wandering to the worst-case scenario. His grip on his katana tightens as he takes a step forward, trying to protect the people around him.
Instead, if our identities are revealed, that person won't sit still.
Ronan is on high alert. His eyes dart between Lon and the walls as he takes slow, calculated steps forward.
Ronan's face reddens as he takes a step closer to Lon, his anger boiling over. He's not going to let Lon get the upper hand. It'll be fun killing you when you're joking around like this. Don't you think so, Cirilla?
Yeah, it'll be fun killing you when you're joking around like this.
Ronan's eyes lock onto Lon's, and he sees something flicker in his gaze. A glimmer of fear. Maybe? Ronan's heart skips a beat. What's going on?
For this empire.
Ronan's eyes lock onto Lon's, and he sees a glimmer of fear flicker in his gaze. Ronan's heart skips a beat as he realizes something is desperately wrong. Ronan's patience wears thin as Lon's cryptic words leave him reeling. But he sees a flash of sadness in Lon's eyes, and for a moment, his anger falters. Empathy takes hold. The silence is shattered as Ronan's face reddens with anger, and he takes a step closer to Lon. But the air is thick with tension, and the line between friend and enemy is rapidly blurring.
I put everything into every recap. If you felt that, subscribe to Manwa with Hari and let's keep going together. If Muljianwang at El Nimel, NEC up like HIW, that is. Okay, so you're not going to go with me obediently? Zao Lang a shield. Ha. The silence is oppressive. The tension between Ronan and the half-elf almost palpable. Ronan's still trying to process what just happened, but his eyes keep drifting back to the punk's friend. He's not sure what to make of this new information. The half-elf's still smiling, but Ronan's not buying it.
Oh, whoa.
But the real question is, what's the half-elf's true intention, and what's Ronan going to do about it? Ronan's finally moving. His goal is to put an end to this mess. But what's blocking him is the half-elf's evasive maneuvers. Ronan's trying to react, but the half-elf's too quick. What happens next is a blur of steel and flesh.
Ronan's face is inches from the punk's friend. He's keeping his cool, but his voice is shaking with anger. What does Ronan want? To know the truth. What's blocking him? The punk's friend's cryptic smile. What does he do? He demands answers, his tone sharp and urgent. What happens? The punk's friend remains silent, their eyes locked on Ronan's. The cost? Ronan's patience is wearing thin, his frustration growing by the second. But the real problem is already in motion. Ronan's eyes flash with anger, his jaw clenched in rage. What does he want? To know who the punk's friend is working with. What's blocking him? The punk's friend's evasive maneuvers.
Ronan's face inches from the punk's friend, his vision blurs, and a chilling realization crashes over him. The truth about his family's fate hangs precariously in the balance. Ronan's unyielding determination to protect his loved ones has now collided with the harsh reality that protecting them may come at a devastating cost. Losing the people he loves. His relationships are on the precipice of shattering. The stakes have never been higher as Ronan's rage and desperation fuel a reckless pursuit of justice, propelling him headfirst into a deadly game where the line between loyalty and betrayal is about to be irrevocably crossed.
There's a twist coming that nobody sees coming. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari, you'll want to be ready. Yo, I've heard the details, Ronan. You've done a great job. Your timing is unbelievable. It's really great to see you in a place like this. Seeing you blabber on then, I'll deal with them first. An aura that takes the form of a snake and paralyzes the entire body. Ho, is it perhaps her? How is she here? No, I need torn away of Kub. You've committed a few things you should have never done. But what ong istatuahave harmed disciples budu? Dash. Of the future, Thatmal Sebaformer Onims. Hiak. My stars. Good work, Ronan. About this situation, after we treat your injuries, you can report Sep. HM? Yeah. Seems you know of it. But why are you asking that? As expected, Maria? Asel? Ronan. I heard a brief Sumerian Thuwe here. Uvil worked hard, while Maria brought more backup forces. Asel and Sita saved over half of the craftsmen who were buried. Rai. You're not hurt anywhere, right? That's what we should be saying. Why hurry and Surpia? No, it's fine. I already received basic treatment, be their style something I have to do. Ronan's been in those woods for hours. He's finally found a secret rendezvous point, but the woods are eerily quiet. Lodelin's convoy is supposed to be here, but where are they? Ronan's instincts scream at him to move. Suddenly, the trees part and a figure emerges. It's a woman, her eyes gleaming with a snake-like aura. And that's not even the worst part. Ronan's instincts scream warning as he's met with a mix of curiosity and wariness by Lodelin's escorts, their intentions veiled behind a facade of politeness. Ronan's careful mask slips as he's forced to confront the treacherous undercurrents of Lodelin's world, his emotions raw and exposed as he teeters on the precipice of betrayal. The Empire's support pours in, but Ronan's fragile alliance is about to be shattered, as he's drawn into a deadly web of intrigue and deception that threatens to consume him whole. The author left a massive clue for the next arc. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari so you don't miss the breakdown. Now, Ronan finds himself in the middle of a bustling marketplace, surrounded by students from the academy. He's being led by a young woman named Karaka, who seems to know more about him than she should. Her eyes narrow as she introduces him to the academies and regulations. Ronan's gut tells him that something is off. Now, Ronan finds himself in the middle of a bustling marketplace, surrounded by students from the academy. He's being led by a young woman named Karaka, who seems to know more about him than she should. Her eyes narrow as she introduces him to the academies and regulations. Ronan's gut tells him that something is off.
Ronan's eyes narrow, his mind racing with the implications. He's heard rumors about the Lodolin interrogator's abilities, but he never thought he'd see them in action. The question is, what does it mean for him? Pak's voice cuts through the air. I'm ashamed. I haven't shown them my full sincerity.
And that's not even the worst part. Then, Eduin, shall I start with you? Wait, what's thighs? I'll let you go soon. So to your heart's content, my friend. Ak! Mo, it's all done. Then I'll ask you again. What is the star's advent? Half HLF teach the star is an eternal entity. It's the only grace that will save the lowly beings on TH. As the small lights who are waiting for the star's advent begin Bayo, we work to make sure nothing interferes with our long-cherished wish. What you said is too long for this old man, so to put it simply, you dot just what is it? Run, children. You. Ahiyudi.
The key action or twist of this chapter unfolds as the stranger's piercing gaze relentlessly pierces Brian, forcing him to stall and create a diversion, but at a steep cost to his reputation. Brian's emotional stakes are now irreparably shattered as he loses face, and his pride is mortally wounded, leaving him vulnerable to further ridicule and humiliation. The cliffhanger looms as Brian's desperate attempt to stall gives way to a cryptic and ominous revelation, leaving the audience hanging on the meaning of the stranger's haunting words, the star's advent.
Serious Manhwa fans don't scroll past. They subscribe to Manhwa with Hari and stay ahead. Ronan, the last man standing of the Imperial Army, is met with a desperate cry from his dying commander, Grand Marshal Adeshan. She's not giving up on him yet, but the giants descending from the heavens are closing in. Ronan wants to save her, but the enemy forces are too overwhelming. He can't protect her, so he decides to flee, hoping to find a way to turn the tide of the war. Adeshan's last time slip sends him back to the past, to the prestigious Phil-Eon Academy, where he hopes to become the strongest swordsman the Empire has ever seen. Adeshan's sacrifice hangs heavy in the air. She's given up everything to give Ronan a chance. Iced anger towards them? Jingduo. Top. Karaka. Are you perhapo bukning my disciple Niall LNH that in front of course not? Unprecedented sword saint. I'm simply just double check I'm sorry. Sir Ronan. Bia yes. I'm glad we cleared up the misunderstand. Ronan's eyes snap open in panic as he glances around, disoriented. He remembers the war, the giants, and the desperate situation. He's in a bed, but not his own. The memories rush back. Grand Marshal Adeshan's last words, the desperation, the sacrifice. He throws off the covers and swings his legs over the side of the bed. His head spins, but he forces himself to stand.
Ronan's hands tremble as he tries to explain the curse. Ahamut looks at him with a serious expression. Ronan's goal is to understand the curse and find a way to break it. The obstacle is his own ignorance about the curse, which makes it harder to find a solution. He decides to ask Ahamut about his knowledge of curses. Ahamut tells Ronan that he has heard of a powerful curse that can only be broken by someone with a rare gift. The consequence is that Ronan's hopes of becoming the strongest swordsman are now even more distant. Yes, well, a little, since I found out that my body is you're a Phil Leon student. Pardon? What do you mean? From what I know, he's been there for a long time. Who knows best about curses? Ronan's eyes lock onto a mysterious box, radiating an otherworldly energy that awakens a long-dormant spark within him, as the true nature of the curse begins to unfurl. The weight of his past failures crushes Ronan, replaced by a glimmer of hope as he clings to the possibility of redeeming himself through the Academy's prestigious warrior program. The delicate balance of Ronan's fragile resolve teeters on the edge of collapse as the boy's words raise more questions than answers, threatening to expose the hidden truth behind his curse and shatter his newfound hope.
By this time next week, the internet will be blowing up over this Manhwa. Subscribe to Manhwa with Hari and be ready. The unleashed destruction ***. Ronan's words are cut short as he notices the instructor's concerned expression. His face falls and he looks away, his eyes scanning the surroundings. He takes a deep breath, and his shoulders sag in defeat. The instructor's words are laced with a hint of concern, and Ronan's eyes flicker back to hers. He looks at her with a mix of vulnerability and determination.
I heard that I have to meet Professor Secret.
Ronan's eyes lock onto Elizabeth's, and his voice is laced with a hint of warning. Elizabeth's expression turns serious, her eyes narrowing as she listens to Ronan's words. Ronan's face is a mask of calm, but his eyes betray his nervousness. She Professor Secret? Don't get ahead of yourself. There's one more step. I'm saying this just in case. No matter what happens from Noman Jaste STTLL don't do anything, understood? Temen.
Elizabeth's voice cracks as she reveals her true identity, dropping a bombshell on Ronan's world, leaving him reeling in shock and desperation. Ronan's eyes are now filled with a mix of anger, betrayal, and sadness as he struggles to come to terms with the shocking truth about his friend. As Ronan's grip on reality begins to slip, the old man's eyes flash with a sinister intensity, hinting at a sinister plot just beginning to unfurl.
You got lucky finding this video. Don't rely on luck twice. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. What? Don't tell me this kid. There's a limit to how young a person can look. Talkab 11212 Hulksai HPPT releasing you from the Cursius Farmore import. Who would have thought that there would be's? And each of their origin is close to ancient magic. This I pardon, so you can't lift the curse? Stiptrip Stippy RHP % LKB RPTX XTHPY came prepared. Torupruptor XTHPRP listen up. Ronan. Find source off the Cursithatus restraining you, and slice Igerjongstbur have a safe trip. The source of the curse that's inside. Ronan's face twists in confusion as he looks at the cradle. Impossible there was a time when I was like this? Erg, I thought I was a pain in the... Ronan's words trail off as he tries to make sense of the scene. But I don't remember this at all. So the scene shifts again. Ronan's eyes fixed on his mom's face. Fi.
Ronan's world is shattered as the truth about his past life is slowly unraveled before his eyes, leaving him with more questions and devastating revelations that challenge everything he thought he knew. Ronan's grip on reality begins to slip as the weight of his past mistakes and unanswered questions crushes him, forcing him to confront the harsh reality of his own helplessness and vulnerability. As Ronan's mind reels from the shocking truth about the 10 curses that have been afflicting him, he takes a step closer to the edge of a cliff, with the darkness of his own future hanging precariously in the balance.
Things are not what they seem. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari before the big reveal drops. The confinement has lifted. Cursed it. Of Irol. Mom. Are you? What a relief. They both fell asleep. Ha. Calm down. There's only one thing that I need to do in the mind realm. Chloe, I need to. Boopy kill Heath. Oh. You damn son of a bitch. Irol's family is being threatened by a powerful force, and he's not having it. His hands are shaking, and his words are laced with a fierce determination. Irol, how dare you lay a finger on my family right in front of me? The air is charged with tension as Irol's anger explodes. He's furious because he put his family in harm's way, and he won't let anyone hurt them. He charges forward with his blade drawn. Irol is a force to be reckoned with, and his family is worth fighting for. Irol's world is crashing down around him, and he's not sure what's happening. He's being overpowered by his emotions, and he can't think clearly. His movements are slowing down, and he's becoming disoriented. Sukura, what? Irol's mom is furious. Her son's confinement has been lifted, but he's still trapped in this mind realm. What does she want? She wants Irol to break free from this place, to take control of his own destiny. But what blocks her? It's the lingering trauma Irol experienced during his time in confinement. The pain, the fear, it's still holding him back. What does Irol's mom do about it? She tries to reason with Irol to bring him back to reality. But Irol doesn't want to listen. He's too scared, too lost. What happens? Irol's mom's words fall on deaf ears. He's too far gone, consumed by his own fears.
Irol's world shatters as he realizes the truth about his father, and his long-held convictions are brutally torn apart, leaving him questioning everything he ever knew. Irol's emotional foundation is irreparably damaged, losing the comforting illusion of a fatherly figure, plunging him into an abyss of uncertainty and self-doubt, where trust is a distant memory. As Irol's mom makes a desperate bid to reconnect with her son, the fragile thread of hope is snapped when he slips further into the mind realm, leaving Irol's fate uncertain, hanging precariously in the balance.
It takes a real Manhwa veteran to appreciate this level of detail. Subscribe to Manhwa with Hari. Who? Could it be? Professor Secret. Ho, you recognized me? You sure have good senses. It's not that. Did the age sud? Don't worry. It has nothing to do with you. Enough of that. Can tell that my initial thought sweep an undep statement. It must mean that everything went as planned. Academy'S Genius Swordmaster or. That's surprising. So that's what happened. The curse inside of you used the Memorias the Tevenu Hadnarek, and you think that the person Waplaseth the curse knock no is why do you think that? It. Also, when he had messed with my family, I sensed something off. Something too foreign to call my own. Ronan's mind is reeling. He tries to piece together the fragments of his memories, but they refuse to connect.
But the truth is, Dolan's already running out of options, and Ronan's mind is racing with questions. What's happening? Why is Dolan doing this? The scene is chaotic, with energy field bursts and scattered debris. Dolan's voice is calm, but Ronan senses a hint of panic.
Were we in a hurry?
Ronan's eyes lock onto the imposing figure. Dolan's words hang in the air as the energy field bursts and scattered debris fly everywhere. Ronan's heart racing with every passing moment. Dolan's desperate attempt to protect Ronan has come at a crushing emotional cost. Ronan's trust in his friend now tainted by the weight of Dolan's uncertainty, their bond forever shaken. Dolan's options are dwindling by the second, Ronan's mind reeling with questions as the energy field teeters on the brink of collapse, leaving them all vulnerable to the unknown dangers waiting in the shadows.
You watched the whole thing. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. That's all I ask. Uninvited peddlers barge into Duke Grancia's dormitory. Ronan, the Duke, looks taken aback, his hands flying to his sides as if to calm the situation. Dolan, one of the peddlers, narrows his eyes, sizing Ronan up. Who do you think you are, showing us the door? Dolan sneers. Ronan's expression darkens, his voice firm. I am the Duke, and you're not welcome here. Dolan takes a step closer to Ronan, his eyes scanning the Duke's aura. Your mana feels dark, like an infection, but there's something familiar. The Grancia family? The Zerlan W, sure how much you're aware, but those rats are even there very quick too, and it took me a lot to chase after. And what they revealed was, you. Would you look at Hat? He wasn't reacting until Mon did H. Is similar to what I felt when I fought those disgusting don't tell me he. What's wrong? Ronan? Duke Grancia, who's one of the strongest people in the continent. Am the only one who can see this. Then, your grace, perhaps. I knew you would come today. 3 oin me do. Rat number 3? How did y'all know? Wait. Perhaps you should glance over there first? Ronan's expression is a mixture of surprise and curiosity. He didn't expect this development. Ronan's eyes flicker towards the unknown figure, his head cocked to one side. He's sizing up the newcomer. Ronan's hand instinctively goes to the hilt of his sword, a reflexive action. I've brought a special guest just for you. Ronan's eyes snap back to Adeshin's commander, a question forming on his lips. He has no idea what's waiting.
The key action or twist of this chapter unfolds as an unknown figure appears before Ronan, sending shockwaves through his world and upending the delicate balance of power. As this revelation shakes Ronan to his core, he's forced to confront the harsh reality that his carefully constructed reality has been shattered, leaving him reeling with uncertainty and a deepening sense of unease. The danger now palpable, Ronan's eyes lock onto the newcomer, his mind racing with questions and doubts as the air is thick with tension, the unknown figure's intentions hanging precariously in the balance.
YouTube might never recommend this channel to you again. Don't risk it. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari right now. Ronan bursts into Nabardozer Hall, his eyes fixed on Dolan. He's furious Dolan's been hiding a secret, and it's eating away at him. Dolan's calm demeanor only infuriates Ronan more. Ronan's hands are shaking, and his voice is laced with venom. Dolan's expression remains neutral, but his eyes flicker with a mixture of fear and anger. The silence between them is palpable. What's Ronan looking for? Dolan's got a secret, and Ronan wants it out.
You've been hiding your true self, Ronan.
Ronan's face twists in a snarl. Dolan's hand inches towards his sword hilt. The air is electric with tension. Ronan's eyes lock onto Dolan's. He's ready to pounce.
That's impossible, Dash. I know he's supposed Tobe an exceptional genius, but what kind of... You must let yourself get distracted. Ugh? Garbage. Ishust is strong. The battle rages on as Ronan's sword slices through Dolan's defenses, landing a crushing blow that leaves the younger swordsman stumbling backward in agony. Defeated. Ronan's victory comes at a steep emotional cost as he's forced to confront the harsh reality of his own mortality, realizing he may have made a fatal mistake by underestimating Dolan's strength. The stakes are higher than ever as Dolan's desperate eyes scan the surroundings, frantically searching for a way to escape the impending doom that Ronan's merciless blade seems to spell, the outcome hanging precariously in the balance.
You clearly have taste. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. It's what the real fans do. Anyway, you're here, so things will be fine. I need to hurry up and then I'll leave Therist Inoranol and Hi How Kudia just leaves. What was that storm and Monosoc? Were you ambushed? Ah, you came? Headmaster. I love your PJS. Hu Tian, just answer the question. That's right, Ronan. Your instructor's taste in PJS isn't important it's a relief that you aren't hurt. But could you explain? Ah yes of a Hatyut, son of a coward. Ah that, Beauty, son of a coward? Headmaster's office, huh? The headmaster continues. For those who want to join, please drop by the Galilean building's first arena during the scheduled interview hours. Ronan nods, already making a mental note to attend. His heart is racing, a sense of purpose he hasn't felt in months. Ronan looks around, taking in the reactions of the students. Some seem excited while others look concerned. He feels a pang of frustration. Why didn't the headmaster just come out and say this was a recruitment drive? Ronan's eyes narrow, his mind already racing with strategies. Ronan spots Navarros, his fellow student, and feels a surge of determination. He knows he has to join this club no matter what.
Ronan's eyes widen in surprise as Navarros speaks up. Her voice is barely above a whisper, but it sends a jolt through his body. She asks, "If I join the club, can?" Ronan's mind is racing. What does she want to ask? He leans in, his ears straining to catch every word. But Navarros' voice fades away, leaving Ronan confused. He asks, "Pardon? What did you say?" His hands are clenched into fists, his knuckles white with tension.
If I join your club, can I touch it?
Ronan's determination ignites as Navarros' words hang in the air, sparking a fierce debate within him. Can he truly trust his fellow student? Or is this a trap waiting to be sprung? Ronan's frustration gives way to a surge of hope as he considers joining the mysterious club, but a darker fear lingers, What will he sacrifice to pursue his dreams, and at what cost to his relationships? Navarros' whispered question leaves Ronan reeling, his mind racing with possibilities and consequences as he struggles to find the courage to take the first step into the unknown, forever changing the course of their lives.
Not everyone finds recaps this good, but you did. Protect that advantage. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Ronan, the lone survivor of the Imperial Army, stands amidst the ruins of war, haunted by the faces of the fallen. His commander, Grand Marshal Adeshan, lies dying at his feet. Adeshan's eyes lock onto Ronan's, and he realizes that the war is far from over. An overwhelming force of giants descends from the heavens, threatening to bring the world to its knees. Ronan's determination is forged in the fire of his commander's final words.
Stop. This isn't over.
Adeshan's dying breath sends Ronan back in time to the prestigious Phil-Eon Academy, where he will become the strongest swordsman the Empire has ever seen. Ronan feels the weight of his mission, the burden of his commander's expectations. Ronan's eyes never leave Kino's face as he senses a connection forming. He's not just listening, he's attuning himself to the frequency. And that's not even the worst part. Ronan's grip on his sword relaxes, his mind racing with possibilities. He's not just intrigued, he's invested. Kino's words paint a picture, one of a world beyond the ordinary. This is more than just a discussion, it's a revelation.
I heard you all left the Empire a long time ago.
Kino's eyes connect with Ronan's, their gaze sparking a connection that hints at a deeper understanding, a relationship that could reshape the course of their lives forever. Kino gains a glimpse into a world beyond his ordinary realm, a world that Ronan's words paint with vivid colors, and he feels an overwhelming sense of curiosity and wonder that leaves him breathless. A problem between Ronan and an unnamed third person is revealed, casting a shadow over Ronan's past, threatening to undermine the fragile bond he's trying to form with Kino, and leaving their future uncertain.
I brought the story to life. Now bring this channel to life. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari.
Ronan bursts into the room, eyes blazing with a fire that's been burning for months. His goal is to convince his classmates to drop everything and focus on completing their classes early. Ronan's classmates stare at him, unimpressed. Ronan's obstacle is the skepticism etched on their faces. He decides to take a bold approach. He starts listing the benefits of becoming a free being. Ronan's classmates raise an eyebrow, intrigued. Ronan's consequence is a spark of interest igniting within them. His goal is to get them on board.
What's the point of all this?
Ronan takes a deep breath and starts explaining the advantages of completing classes early.
Cook, these guys are... So what you're saying is that all of these are early comp for all members of your club? Yes, you're right. Yes, as promised, I'll permit you guys to leave campus. Safe good luck on your adventure. The next day, Special Adventure Club's first activity destinati, the Vadian Mountains. Oh, so this is the mountain range? No, my goodness. We're only at the entrance, but the mana here. What we're going to do here, %, well, we also have something we need to find. Ew. What an occurrence. I guess I need to go and meet our guests for the first time.
The key action or twist of this chapter. Acel and Maria's special training is put to the ultimate test as they face a shocking revelation that threatens to upend everything they thought they knew about themselves. The emotional stakes, what a character gained or lost. The exhausting training regimen takes its toll on Acel and Maria, pushing them to the brink of physical and mental collapse, forcing them to confront the true cost of their ambition and the risks they're willing to take. The cliffhanger, what is left dangerously unresolved going forward. As the Adventure Club steps into the unknown, Acel and Maria are confronted with a mysterious occurrence that hints at a far more sinister force lurking in the shadows, leaving their journey fraught with uncertainty and danger.
Not everyone finds recaps this good, but you did. Protect that advantage. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Howie found it. Did the orcs make a village? Incredible. Correct. In border areas like T, the people in the vicinity will then suffer great losses. That will be our first battle. What do y'all think? Quite simple, right? Hoyav said you were looking to teach their Aresameni of Pedbissa Trua orcs will be the perfect opponent. What comes next changes everything. The elf priest starts chanting, and a barrier of energy erupts in front of Ronan. The ogre smashes into it, but the barrier holds strong. Ronan takes advantage of the reprieve to launch a counterattack, but the ogre is relentless. His companions are down, and Ronan's starting to get tired. The elf priest keeps chanting, but the barrier is starting to falter.
You're going to get yourself killed.
Ronan's eyes scan the empty temple, searching for something specific. He's tense, his hands moving restlessly. The boulder in the center of the room catches his attention, and he approaches it cautiously. He remembers the curse, and why he's looking for this monstrosity.
Ronan's eyes lock onto the elf priest as he takes a step closer, his voice low and urgent. But the truth behind his words remains shrouded in an unsettling silence, hinting at a deeper purpose. As memories long buried begin to resurface, Ronan's grip on his past tightens. But so does the grip of uncertainty, leaving him torn between the comfort of familiarity and the weight of forgotten truths. The air is heavy with anticipation as Ronan's expression darkens, his instincts screaming warnings of a hidden danger lurking just beneath the surface, threatening to upend everything he thought he knew.
New Manhwa, new chapters, same quality every week. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari and make it part of your routine. Ronan's mind reels as he considers the possibility that these fanatics are the same people he's been searching for. If they are, their plans are already in motion, and innocent lives will soon be lost to a catastrophic event. The stakes are higher than ever, and Ronan's running out of time. He knows he has to act, but the road ahead is fraught with danger.
New information recovered. Entity's true nature still unknown.
What does that mean exactly? Ronan's thoughts are interrupted by the sound of footsteps, and he turns to see Professor Secret approaching him with an air of concern. The professor's eyes scan the surrounding area, searching for something. Ronan tries to brush it off, but the professor's gaze lingers, searching for answers.
New information recovered. Entity's true nature still unknown.
Ronan's mind is racing as he tries to piece together the clues. He thinks back to the conversation with Professor Secret about the entity, wondering if he's missing something crucial. The professor's words keep echoing in his mind. We need to find a way to connect with the entity before it's too late. The orc villagers are defenseless. Ronan's team is not. His mind is racing as he tries to piece together the clues. He thinks back to the conversation with Professor Secret about the entity, wondering if he's missing something crucial.
Stats maxed. New skill unlocked.
But the real problem is already in motion. The entity's true nature remains unknown. Ronan's thoughts are interrupted by the sound of footsteps, and he turns to see Professor Secret approaching him with an air of concern. I worry we're making a grave mistake. And that's not even the worst part. What if Ronan's wrong? What if this raid holds the key to his own downfall?
Ronan's mind is shattered as Professor Secret reveals a shocking truth. The entity is not a curse, but a guardian, and Ronan's actions may unleash a catastrophic force. Ronan's sense of purpose is shattered as he grapples with the weight of his own destiny, his confidence crumbling under the pressure of his newfound burden and the crushing responsibility that comes with it. The fate of the Academy hangs precariously in the balance as Ronan's team prepares to launch a raid on the orc village, unaware that their actions may trigger a chain reaction of events that will forever alter the course of history.
Serious Manhwa fans don't scroll past. They subscribe to Manhwa with Hari and stay ahead. What's the source of that young warrior's rage? Croc, that glinting coo-souting neighing, belonged to a kid from the village, didn't it? Krorik, that wretch kept whining until his death. Croc. His voice was so loud it was hard to rack. L. SS. Croc. Freyek. KR dash. Oh Puggle. What's the source of that young warrior's rage? Wow, your accuracy is crazy. You got a feel for it now, right? Yeah. Okay, now. Krek. No MNO Smililus Nliagic Supermaster Original Work SEO Kwandu Artist Shirchi. The stakes rise. Every choice from here carries a cost. On Ho Ronin, I think I will receive divine retribution for this later on. We're back in the midst of the battle. Ronin's fighting for his life, and the villagers are running for theirs. The raiders are closing in, and Ronin's not sure if he can keep them off. He remembers the words of his ally. You're on your own, kid. If you get caught, don't say I didn't warn you. Ronin's anger boils over. He's furious. His trusted ally set the entire trap. Every handshake was a performance. Don't worry, kid. If you were to get punished for something like this, we all would receive it together. It's obvious, though.
Ronin's hands move swiftly as he checks the elf's injuries. The kid's eyes follow his every move, his fear giving way to determination. Ronin's expression remains focused, his eyes locked on the elf's face. The kid's voice cuts through the tension.
How? Did that happen to you?
Ronin's eyes widen as he spots the elven mage's unmistakable aura surrounding the village kid. A shocking revelation that threatens to upend everything he thought he knew. Sita's desperate cry of "please take me to him" rips at Ronin's heart, exposing the crushing weight of his responsibilities and the love he holds for those around him. Ronin's gaze snaps back to the symbols etched into the walls as the first faint tremors of an impending disaster begin to shake the village, leaving Sita and the elf's fate precariously in limbo.
The people who subscribe are the ones who finish the arc. Don't get left out. Manwa with Hari. Phew, even healing magic didn't work. What if she's had some weird poison IW? You're dead, Ronin. If it weren't for you, I would have lost my faithful sibling. Since you've saved Simeon like that to me, how can I repay this huge debt now? Please tell me, Saranti. Just howish referring to that she was constantly trembling while warning Academy'S Genius Swordmaster Original Works Yandu Artist Shichi. Run OL of I don't know much myself. Theory religious order that worships an unknown being which they have deemed Nebula Clasier. Those wretch are the ones aiming for you. So yo. Saranti's voice is laced with urgency, her words tumbling out in a rush. Ronin's face is a mask of determination, his eyes burning with a fierce light.
Spending time with you for the past few days has been a gift in itself. Hey, it's not like we won't see each other again. Why are you? I'll be back soon. So please take care of yourself. Oh, who?
Ronin. So you were here. You guys. Good timing. Did you check all the surroundings? They're pre-fishy. So a bit after you left, found something weird. It was a magic circle I've never seen before. But, what? A magi? What are you? Oh, what? That explosion sound. It came from near the temple? Ronin's vision blurs, and he feels himself being pulled towards the mysterious person. His sword slips from his hand, and he falls to the ground. The mysterious person's voice is the last thing he hears before everything goes black.
No.
Ronin's grip on reality falters as a mysterious figure emerges from the shadows, pulling him in with an otherworldly force that threatens to consume his very being. Ronin's confidence and strength are shattered by the devastating revelation of his own vulnerability, leaving him exposed to the unknown dangers that lurk in the shadows. With Ronin's world spinning out of control, the fate of the temple and its secrets hangs precariously in the balance as the twin-headed ogre Ball, now mere inches from his face, prepares to deliver a crushing blow.
The deepest lore dives, the highest quality editing. You've found the best. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Mayo stands tall, his eyes fixed on a distant location. He's not thinking about anything. His mind is clear. But beneath the surface, something's going to break. He holds a small object in his hand. It's a piece of paper. His gaze shifts, and for a split second, I see a glimmer of determination. He looks up, and his eyes lock onto something I don't see.
Yes. Saranti.
This was what he wanted. He takes a step forward, and the world around him seems to fade away. His face contorts into a mix of emotions. What does he feel right now? This was what he wanted. His hands are clenched into fists. That direction is where...
Ronan takes a deep breath as he stands before Mayo, the gaze of the cunning student piercing through him like a sharp blade, leaving him feeling exposed and vulnerable. The weight of his past loss settles heavy in Ronan's chest, his heart longing for the freedom he once knew, now forever lost as he struggles to find his place in the Academy's rigid hierarchy. Mayo's piercing stare lingers on Ronan, her eyes gleaming with a mixture of curiosity and calculation, leaving the young swordsman to wonder what secrets she may be hiding behind her enigmatic smile.
Catch up on any manhwa in under 15 minutes. That's what Manwa with Hari is built for. Subscribe now. The Swordmaster stands frozen, his eyes locked onto the identical circle now consuming his sister's life force. His hands won't stop moving, checking for any glimmer of hope, but there's nothing. Her eyes are empty, her body paralyzed. He knows that look, the same circle that controlled the giant back then. He remembers the screams, the chaos, and the weight of his own power.
Stop.
Sita's body is stiffening, her eyes fixed on some unseen force. Brahm's voice is distant, urging him to hurry. Ronan knows he must act. His sister's life hangs in the balance. He's the only one who can save her.
Pingo, the reason I couldn't defeat you in my past life was because I didn't have a way of piercing through your ski, but things are different, Mon, with this sword.
Ronan's expression twists in frustration and a hint of desperation. He knows Sita is right, but he's not ready to give up yet. He looks at Brown, who's trying to reassure him, and at Sita, who's watching him with a mix of worry and determination. Ronan takes a deep breath, trying to gather his thoughts. His mind is a jumbled mess of emotions, but one thing is clear. He can't afford to falter now. He looks at Sita and Brown, and then at the sword in his hand. His power overflows. The ground cracks. Everyone is thrown back.
Ronan's sword slices through the air, narrowly missing Sita's outstretched hand as time seems to freeze, the tension between them palpable. Ronan's frustration boils over as he grapples with self-doubt, his relationship with Sita hanging precariously in the balance, their trust and understanding on the verge of shattering. As Ronan's resolve is tested, he finds himself trapped in a time loop, reliving the same moment over and over, with each iteration pushing him closer to the breaking point.
The next chapter drops soon. Don't be the last one to find out. Subscribe to Manwa with Hari. Saran, Kiak, Saranti. Just what few that almost killed me. Is it okay for you to do this to your old comrade? To use such a dangerous skill? Juan, I might have really died. Kek, if I didn't have the blessing of the stars. Anyway, oh yeah, how cool do you forget? You've never seen with this face. Thanks for saving me. Adventurer Academy'S Genius Swordmaster original works in do artist.
You? The traveler's eyes locked onto mine, and I saw a glimmer of curiosity in his gaze. He asked me if I was the one who had been causing all the trouble, and I realized that I had to be careful with my words. I didn't want to give him any reason to suspect me. 11/1.
Ronan's world is turned upside down as he's brutally attacked, left for dead. But a mysterious woman's desperate plea for him to run saves his life in a heart-stopping twist. Ronan's sense of security and trust is shattered as he's betrayed, leaving him vulnerable, and the woman's heroic rescue raises more questions than answers about her true intentions and motives. As Ronan finds himself in the midst of a desperate escape from his pursuer, his heart racing with fear, the woman's grip on his arm is the only thing that keeps him from being caught. But for how long?
Welcome to the best Manhwa community on YouTube. Make it official, subscribe to Manhwa with Hari. Ronan's eyes snap open. He's met with a desperate plea from his sister, Saranti. Stay away, she warns, her voice laced with a mix of anger and fear. Ronan's hands are already clenched into fists. His body language screams defiance. He refuses to back down. You've done enough, Saranti continues. You stalled enough time for me to prepare. Ronan's eyes narrow, his jaw locked in determination. He's not going anywhere.
Stop.
Ronan's anger boils over as he takes a step closer to his sister. Did you think I'd just sit back and watch? He growls. His sister's words are met with a fierce determination. He's ready to take on whatever comes next.
Ronan's face contorts in a mixture of rage and despair. He knows he's on the brink of something momentous, something that will change the course of his life forever. His sister's silence is deafening, a heavy weight that presses down on him like a physical force. Ronan's eyes are locked onto hers, searching for some glimmer of understanding. His sister's gaze is a challenge, a dare to confront the darkness within. Ronan's hand trembles, his fingers barely holding onto his sword. Ronan's sister Saranti unleashes a devastating blow, piercing the veil of Ronan's secrets, forcing him to confront the darkness within his own soul, leaving him reeling on the edge of chaos. As Ronan's carefully constructed facade crumbles, he's left grappling with the weight of his own truths, a torrent of emotions threatening to consume him, leaving his very identity hanging precariously in the balance. The stormy skies darken further as Ronan's grip on reality begins to slip, his sister's unforgiving words echoing in his mind, the question hanging in the air. Will he find the strength to rise above his demons or succumb to the abyss within?
Turn on notifications and make Manhwa with Hari your go-to spot for the latest updates. Ronan looks down at his hands, still clutching Adeshan's, and feels the weight of her sacrifice. He thinks about all the lives lost in the battle against the giants, and the giants that still threaten to destroy everything. He knows he can't let them down. He takes a deep breath and makes a decision. He'll do whatever it takes to become the strongest swordsman Philion Academy has ever produced.
Don't say that. It wasn't anyone's fault.
But Ronan knows it's not just about him. It's about the Empire's future and the lives of everyone he cares about. Ronan stands up, his eyes scanning the horizon as he prepares to face the giants alone. He knows it won't be easy, and he'll lose a lot along the way, but he's determined to make it to the top. Adeshan's words echo in his mind. Do not ever give up. He takes a deep breath, his fists clenched in resolve.
I believe in you.
Ronan clutches Adeshan's hand, his eyes brimming with desperation as he feels the weight of her sacrifice. Ronan's face is a mask of indifference, but his eyes betray him. He's not okay, but he won't admit it. The death of a close one is not a light matter, and Ronan knows that all too well. Are you really okay, Ronan? He hears the question, but he can't respond. He's still trying to process the loss.
Even if you hadn't known him for a while.
Ronan's eyes widen as the principal's words sink in, and the truth about Jill's raid on the orc habitat hits him like a punch to the gut. Ronan gains a new sense of determination to protect his friend, but he loses a fragile grip on his emotional well-being, and the weight of his promise hangs precariously in the balance. As Ronan wonders if he's missed something crucial in class, the realization dawns on him that he's been so consumed by grief and guilt that he may have fallen far behind, leaving him perilously unprepared for the challenges ahead.
New Manhwa, new chapters, same quality every week. Subscribe to Manhwa with Hari and make it part of your routine. Adeshan, isn't she a ta? How shameless she came in with preferential treatment Aesopade, but that is the most objective assessment of the Grand Commander right now. I wish you a good fight. T going on to the battlefield with those abilities would only lead to death. KR Agv Almusniwan, Leo.
Am I the only one that's been isolated? How lucky is what I want to believe, But there's no way that's possible. Stop hiding and come out, senior. You look quite uncomfortable. Kek, why did it monster?
The battle rages on as Filin's aggressive stance sparks Ronan's fiery passion, drawing his sword in a swift, deadly arc, ready to unleash his fury on the rival swordsman. Nebiro's words of caution momentarily calm Ronan's stormy emotions, but at a steep cost. The weight of his loyalty is now torn asunder, leaving his heart vulnerable to the treacherous undercurrents of the Academy. As the air hangs heavy with tension, Ronan's gaze locks onto Filin's confident stance, the silence between them a ticking time bomb, poised to unleash a maelstrom of steel and blood in the halls of Filion Academy.
We're building the ultimate Manwa guild right here. Hit subscribe on Manwa with Hari and join the ranks. The enemy's defenses are down, but Ronan's true power just unleashed a catastrophic release. His hands won't stop moving. He checks the exit twice. This is it, the moment he's been waiting for. The two guards who were careless enough to let their guard down are now his only targets. He knows this won't last. Every opening he sees is an opportunity to capitalize.
Stop.
Ronan doesn't. He takes the first opportunity he sees. His movements are lightning fast, and the two guards don't stand a chance. The outcome is already decided. One is down and the other is about to follow. What the? Ronan just unleashed a massive 12-16 point release.
What are you doing right now? Haha, the exam isn't over yet, and I, too, have ET to give up. Ronan unleashes a massive release, his power overflowing and the ground cracking beneath their feet. Everyone is thrown back, and Ronan takes advantage of the opening. He's not just fighting, he's hunting. Every decision he makes is a calculated risk, and he knows the consequences. Cook. It was shallow. Ronan unleashes a devastating counterattack, his sword slicing through the air with precision and fury, leaving his opponents reeling in a desperate bid for survival. Ronan's revelation about his mentor's betrayal cuts deep, shattering the trust he once held dear, and leaving him to grapple with the darkness that now threatens to consume him. Two hooded figures stand motionless, their eyes locked on Ronan, their intentions unknown. As the tension builds, and the fate of Ronan's reputation hangs precariously in the balance.
Fans from over 50 countries already wake up to Manwa with Hari recaps. Subscribe and be part of it.